right, everybody. Welcome back to another Legacy video here. This is the Semiotician, and today we are going to be the bad guys. If we haven't already been the bad guys playing Doomsday, I think Doomsday's secretly a good guy deck because it's so hard to win with, right? You know, you put the work in, you do the right thing, you make the right pile, you're a good guy, despite what you might say about Thassa's Oracle. What we see here, this is the bad guy. This is blue-black Reanimator. I've actually never played blue-black Reanimator before. I didn't play it when Psychic Frog was legal. I didn't play it when Grief was legal. I didn't play it when Troll of Khazad-dûm was legal, but we're going to play it now. In some respects, the road to EW begins today. There are a couple of ban announcements, one at the end of the month, and then maybe one more actually before the American Eternal Weekend as well. So the format could see some shakeups. I know that this is certainly among the decks that people are concerned about in the format. I know that I often complain about it when I'm playing against it, but you know what? I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if nothing happened in the bans, and I just don't really care or like to speculate about bans at all. But there is a world where this deck is no longer in the format at the end of the month. And however you feel about that, it might be a good idea, I thought, to at least play it once before it potentially goes away forever. And so we have access to, very, very good blue and black cards. This is, in a way, a Doomsday deck, but instead of playing Doomsday, you're trying to resolve Entomb, Reanimate on either Atraxa or Archon of Cruelty. We have Orcish Bowmasters to punish blue cantrip decks. We have Tamiyo to grind advantage into the long game. And we have Murktide Regent to potentially end the game without going through the graveyard, although it is kind of ironic because you do need to delve, right? So a turn 1 Leyline of the Void turns off Murktide in the same way that it will turn off Atraxa Archon of Cruelty. But we don't even care about the graveyard all that much either. We can actually do these full pivots. So we have 4 Fatal Push in the sideboard, and we've got 2 Barrow-goyfs and 2 Dothy Voidwalkers, allowing us to remove our entire graveyard package from our deck and then swap into a blue-black kind of mid-range control deck that uses Barrow-goyf as the primary win condition. I mean, this is all backed up with Wasteland Force Days to boot. And yeah, I mean, when I'm looking at this deck, right, there's not many bad cards in it. You can't even really point to a single card in it, right? There's no Edge of Autumn in this deck that you can point at and kind of be like, it's good in some cases, but it's not the best card. This is just banger after banger after banger. And we are going to try it out today. So let's see how it goes. I'm sorry if this is uninteresting to you, but I think it's a good learning experience. It might be fun to see what it's like to be under the wheel. I kind of scooped this from Eco Barone and Andreas Peterson. He's one of the legacy grinders that does this more than I do, and so I tend to trust what he's presenting. I know that he's been playing this deck to some success recently in the Magic Online environment, but I also know that there'll be a big target on our heads. A lot of people are going to be gunning, right, to beat the graveyard, and here we are playing directly into it. And that's why I would actually prefer a blue-black tempo or a Corey Steele tempo deck. Just don't bother going through the graveyard in the same way that you might not register Unearth in your Doomsday deck right now, right? Given that there's so much going on in this format. But okay, here we are with a no-lander to start things off. So yeah, I mean, if this is against Oops, this is actually a pretty decent hand with double force and Thoughtseize if you do draw the land, and then you have the Tamiyo to start accruing value. But we don't know if they're playing Oops. We're also on the play here, so we would like to make a play on turn 1. And I think we can keep this hand. I can definitely keep this hand. And then the question is is Undercity Sewers better than Wasteland for us? I think I'm going to bin the Undercity Sewers. I could also bin the Murktide, I assume. But this looks more like a blue-black tempo deck, hand. I think I'm going to keep the Murktide. I'm going to put the Undercity Sewers on the bottom. Maybe that's insane. And I think I have to go Underground Sea here into Thoughtseize, and maybe we just get blown out by Wasteland, and then I should have put the Murktide back. We'll see what happens here. Let's use one of our mismatching Thoughtseizes and hit our opponent here. Oh, Jesus Christ. How do we collapse this hand? This hand's got banger after banger. I think taking Grim Monolith from this hand's like one way that we can go about it. They also have the Soul Guide Lantern, but you know, we might not be presenting a win through the graveyard anyways. So I'm just going to take their Grim Monolith to start. I'm going to pass the turn, and then next turn maybe we can like Wasteland them and Thoughtseize them again. I suppose if that was the case, since we have the double Thoughtseize, maybe I'm just supposed to take Glaring Fleshraker and Karn the Great Creator. So here's Soul Guide Lantern, Force of Will, not a bad draw. I could also play Tamiyo and Wasteland my opponent. I actually think I like that better. I'll play Tamiyo, Wasteland our opponent, and then maybe next turn we can Thoughtseize them, and now we can get our Clue train going. They might just brick on lands. Yeah, that's nice. Land for us. No luck. We could take their Glaring Fleshraker, which is kind of funny. We'll make a Clue. I feel like I need to start just putting more spells into the graveyard, right? So I'm going to hit my opponent with another Thoughtseize here. Now they have a One Ring, a Voltaic Key, Glaring Fleshraker, Defense Grid. Maybe we just take the Defense Grid now. I could just take this Glaring Fleshraker, but I feel like reanimating a Glaring Fleshraker is not the best course of action. I'm going to take the Defense Grid, actually. I don't know if that's the right call, but I do have this Force of Will. We just really need to get like a beater into play pronto. And this artifact, maybe that's what I was supposed to take the first game, because now we're just kind of like doing absolutely nothing. This Tamiyo's not doing a whole lot for us. Ponder isn't bad, though. Yeah, I don't mind this. We just need to get this bloody Murktide region down. Bring Lotus Petal in. So I screwed up here too. I should have had the Brainstorm. Like I can't even cast this Murk. But this is fine. Okay, we'll pass. We're just getting to the danger territory here. Urza's Workshop into Voltaic Key. That's fine. We're going to have to draw in their end step off our Clue. Draw the Brainstorm. Draw for turn. Swamp is hilarious. I guess we attack with Tamiyo. Make another Clue. Cast Brainstorm. Wasteland is like pretty sweet here. But these other cards aren't that good, are they? Wow. The Wasteland. Pass the turn. Finally, the dragon can come next turn. Unless they pop their Soul Guide Lantern, which they very well might do. Let's finally jam a dragon. Holy moly, right? Play a swamp, pass the turn. They still don't know we're playing Reanimator either, which is what's kind of funny about this. Now we finally have the dragon that we were looking for this whole time, and we're still just drawing so many dead cards. But Tamiyo's going to draw us our whole, like, half of our deck next turn, and we're going to force whatever play they have, and then we can just force everything from that point on, I think. I think we're in a fairly solid spot now with this Force of Will in our hand. Wasteland's an egregious magic card. It took us a while to get there, but we got there. Okay. We probably want Force of Negations. I expect that Consign to Memory is pretty good. Maybe Brazen Borrower's all right too. And then they have those Flesh Rakers, which can get a little out of hand. It's possible we want some Fatal Pushes for their glaring Flesh Rakers. Dazes don't seem particularly good here, so we'll cut those Dazes. And then I don't think that they know that we're on Reanimator, so it's possible that that's really good for us. And then I don't know how good Tamiyo actually is. I think I'm going to cut 2 Tamiyos, sort by mana value, and we'll go back in like this, and then we'll have to determine whether we want Fatal Push for Glaring Fleshraker or not. We're going to mulligan here, another no-lander. And this one seems like a great hand. We'll put one of the Thought Seizes on the bottom. We've got Entomb Reanimate. We'll see if they were heads up enough to bring Leyline in, but we've even got the Brazen Borrower for the Leyline of the Void. But we will see what they want to get up to here. Just starting with the good old Urza's Tower. They're on a Mulda 4, so I think... Oh yeah, drawing land here means that we assuredly just Thought Seize our opponent. This is so broken. Why would anyone play anything else, huh? This feels just crazy. I think we want to take Grim Monolith here, just limit our opponent's mana, pass the turn. They've got another tower. All right, opponent's on Urza's Tower pass, and we're going to Entomb Reanimate them. Another Force. Now we just have Brazy B. Do we want an Archon here? I kind of think Archon kills pretty fast, right? We've got so many cards in our hand. Like, we got Force already anyways. I'm just going to grab Archon. Archon of Cruelty. Reanimate Archon of Cruelty. And I guess that's how you win Legacy, isn't it? Wow. Already got another opponent here. Pelinic. We got the Scuba Snacks today, folks. My goodness. The Scuba 96. What a stupid name I have. I made that when I was in like grade 9 or something. And I worked at a hockey arena as like a kind of maintenance guy. And one night I tipped over the floor scrubbing machine and it started spilling water everywhere. And then they also thought my name was Steve for a while, so they started calling me Scuba Steve, and then they started just calling me Scuba after that, and that's where the Scuba came from. In any case, I don't know why I'm sharing this with you. We have our hand with 7 cards. It's basically a Multa 6 because we have this Archon of Cruelty, which is kind of a shitter in our hand, but perhaps we can brainstorm it back. Here's a Skull DT. Okay, we're going to be up against an opponent here who's willing to kind of get dirty with us. Do we lead? I think I do just lead on Tamiyo into Daze here. It kind of gets unfortunate, but I think I'm going to do this. If they Daze it, it's going to be a little unfortunate. All right, it's just in. If they go for the bolt, we can Daze their bolt in end step, and I will do that. I'm feeling like we're up against Corey here. Oh, I lied. It's a fucking Meticulous Archive. I don't know what we're up against. Maybe Breakfast. Does Breakfast play Meticulous Archive? Perhaps we'll be dazing a Cephalid Illusionist here. We shall see. Okay, they're passing. And now we just get to get into this... Thoughtseize, my old friend. Playing Corey Steelcutter like blue-red and not having access to Thoughtseize is pretty damning to me in certain spots, but like this is so cool. So we'll play a Bloodstained Mire out. I don't even know if I cast the Ponder. I'm going to make a clue, then I'm going to crack this Bloodstained Mire for a swamp. I'm going to Thoughtseize my opponent, then we'll decide whether we need to cast the Ponder or use the Ponder as our pitch card for our days. And we're going to get basic swamp here just because I don't know. I mean, we're probably not a wasteland deck anymore, but we might as well just play off these basics. We have access to the UC anyways. It's Dreadnought. It is Dreadnought. Well, Dreadnought's kind of problematic. I might actually just have to take the Dreader here. I think that's what I'm going to do. And then maybe they'll be too scared to actually kill our Tamiyo if I just pass with this blue up. But yeah, like, I don't know. Dreadnought kind of seems a bit problematic to me. I don't know if that's the right take. They can dress down in the end step, and I think I just let them. Although if they draw like Thoughtseize Bug into a Dreadnought here, that's crazy. But at least now we like know the coast is likely clear. And I guess we'll force a Dreadnought if need fucking be. If need be. Did they draw it? Nope, they're just YOLOing the... I think this is fine, right? Forcing this seems like crazy to me. Ending's gone into Tundra. Ponder's fine. We're going to have to go pondering ourselves here. I feel like we played that first match so perfectly, just killing our opponent with a Murktide and then juking into Reanimator in the in the next match. So they were pondering there trying to find a Dreadnought, but we had the days for the Dreadnought. Oh shit, I just exited out one of they still have another dress down in hand. I should make a brief note of that to self. Draw Bowmaster, perhaps? Oh, we did draw Bowmaster. Fuck me. I love Magic. In this case, I'm just going to pass. God, Magic is fun. I think I'm going to force Pitch Ponder on this Oculus. We're going to go to end step now. Get our Bow Boys in. The Orcish Bromasters. This Daze is sitting ducks now. I was supposed to pitch the Daze to the Bowmaster, not the Ponder. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm so sorry about that. That was egregious. Because obviously we want to untap and Ponder, right? And then I guess I also now grab our Undercity Sewers. And we'll take a Surveil. Oh, wow. They're going for the Plow. So the Daze actually just... The Daze just goes off here. Oh my god, my mistake pays off. Oh, and they're gonna Daze. Okay. Yeah, this is all fine. This is fine. I think we put Wasteland to bin at this point. I need gas now. Draw Daze for turn. Now I kind of wish I had the Wasteland. Well, let's play this Undercity Sewers. Honestly, I don't know that I want Thoughtseize either. Attack for 1, pass. Meticulous Archive. Draw a card. Another Tamiyo's sick. Draw for turn. Thoughtseize. Well, let's get our attack in first. Here. The good old swing for 1. And then we Thoughtseize. I think I take the Abhorrent Oculus. They're pretty close to that thing doing something. I mean, the dress down's obviously like really good for them. We don't have removal spells in our deck. Are they going to try to YOLO into a Dreadnought? I mean, if they YOLO into a Dreadnought here, Bob's their uncle, I guess. But if they don't, yeah, if they YOLO into a Dreadnought, we're probably screwed. Does not look like that happened though. So now we're in like a good spot. Oh, nice. Bowmasters too. I was going to draw with my clue immediately, but now I think Now I think I'm just going to hold my clue. Again, they don't know we're on Reanimator yet, which is sweet. They're going to pass. End step. I'm just going to get the bowman in. I guess I should have just main phased it because I got an extra damage with the Orc Army token that way. It's been a bit. I've been playing blue-red tempo decks, and then Doomsday. I haven't been bowmasting in a while. Hit him. This Daze is sitting ducks. We would love a brainstorm because our hand is so kind of terrible here. Well, let's get into the red zone. We'll get cooking. I think we'll draw up a clue. There's an entomb. I'm actually just going to hold this wasteland and use it to draw another card, I think. Oh, I could have done that to flip the Tameo right there. But I kind of don't mind the clue train right now, to be totally honest. So we're kind of playing, we're in like a bit of a control mirror here. And if we can find a reanimate, the game's got to be close to over. I guess I could Thoughtseize myself to put Archon. Okay, that feels nice. That's a nice one. Force of Will always feels nice. Attack with all creatures. I guess that was a poor tapping. That was poor tapping, and I should have played this first as well. I'll keep Ponder on top. It just seems like a nice card to draw. We have to force, but our opponent's close to being dead, and I don't want to show them the reanimate if I can help it. Yep, they're just scooping it up. So, again, I don't believe our opponent saw that we were on Reanimator, right? So I kind of don't mind staying on the Reanimator plan. But I don't mind bringing in 4 copies of Fatal Push because they're on Phyrexian Dreadnoughts, and Fatal Push kind of sticks it to a Dreadnought, right? Do we need this Animate Dead? It's unclear. We're going to be on the draw, so I don't see Daze being as well on the draw. Then it's like, do we... Man, our blue count becomes like super... Our blue count becomes a little yikes. I kind of want to bring in a couple of Barrow-goyfs, just trim a few forces. Bring in a couple more goyfs. And maybe I'm supposed to bring in the Brazen Borrower just in case they do have like graveyard hate spells. Just play a single Force of Will. Is that insane? Are you just not supposed to have any forces at that point? If we played no forces at that point, we could bring Animate Dead back in. But I feel like having access to a Force of Will, maybe we don't want Force of Will. I'm gonna go like this. We're gonna try without forces. I don't know how to Dreadnought. We've been kind of playing against 2 decks that Mystic Forge into Dreadnought becomes a little strange about how to, sideboard in these spots. Again, with the Atraxa already in hand. But I mean, we definitely keep this. Okay. Polluted Delta. Fetch Delta. Basic Islands. Play Ponder. Draw for turn. Another Thoughtseize. I think I am gonna lead here on a Thoughtseize. Force of Will, Brainstorm, Ponder. I'm just gonna take the Kiri, I think. I don't have a clear answer to the Kiri. We'll leave him with some cantrips. This Wasteland's doing nothing for us. We also leave them with cantrips because we have this Orcish Bowmasters. We might be able to Hymn to Turok our opponent. Like the fact that they're letting us potentially go like this. Plains. I'm just going to go to my turn. Cast Brainstorm. Put back Atraxa. Wasteland on top. Play Underground Sea. Pass. I might play Bowmasters right now. Because, yeah, now they brainstorm. They're holding their force. Maybe they're going to plow this thing. This is all kind of just a distraction, though, right? Prismatic endings, fine. And then they might ponder here. Yeah. I don't know if I'm playing this right or not, but I'm thinking now what I would like to do is Thought Seize my opponent. Abhorrent Oculus and Double Stifle is hilarious. I think I definitely take the Oculus. But then I play Tameo. Then I think I'll fire a Wasteland on their archive. They're going to fetch. They might stifle this. Yep. Now I could hit another one of their lands. But I don't know if I want to. Let's attack for 1. They've got Stifle plus Force. Yeah, I think our land is... We're going to play it, but I don't actually think I'm going to waste my opponent. Ponder's fine. Ponder's a little scary. I guess if we waste our opponent, we could jam just a Murktide next turn. We don't have to waste our opponent to jam the Murktide, though. We can just tap out for the Murktide. Maybe that's what we'll do. They shuffled off their Ponder, which is excellent. They've got a Tameo of their own, which is not super ideal. There's the silly little Atraxa. We're going to make our own clue. And then I think we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, blue, blue, colorless, jam a Murktide. And playing this is just like, I mean, we did the Reanimator thing once already, but it's kind of like the blue-black tempo just seems like kind of more what you want to be doing. All right, so we hymn to Tuark, our opponent. But they've got some bangers. Like if this is an Oculus, it's kind of not freaking good for us, to be honest. We might just be dead to this abhorrent Oculus. Yeah, this really kind of sucks. That was a very good draw for our opponent. And this thing flies to, I think I'm going to petty theft it. Back to hand. I'm going to attack. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Whoops. Plus the Tameo, pass the turn. Sorry, that was a really bad attack on the Orc Army token. Hopefully this isn't a Dreadnought. Now they can flip their Tameo if they want by just double drawing, but they probably just replay their goofball Oculus. Yeah, I mean, that Oculus is just going to kill us. There's no other way to really put it, you know? I think I'm going to cast Brainstorm again. There's some of the cards that we were no doubt looking for, though. If we want to have a chance, we've got to do that. Tick up. And then I'm just going to jam Bowmaster right now. Pass the turn. Now we see what happens. Really hope one of these isn't Really hope one of these isn't a dreadnought is all. Draw a card for sure. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think I just let the Tameo take the heat there. We're gonna draw again and flip their Tameo now. Mm-hmm. Draw reanimate. What if I now just reanimate their Oculus? That seems kind of crazy, right? Reanimate their Oculus. Pass. I'm going to manifest this Barrogoyf. Oh my goodness. Okay. If they take down their Tameo to pick up their plow to kill this Oculus, I get to EOT Brazen Borrower, kill their Tameo by attacking. I've also got this Barrogoyf, so like, yeah, this is pretty crazy. They're ticking up their Tameo. Okay. Combat damage to a player, draw cards equal to its power. Yeah, this thing is pretty sick. This card is pretty sick. I feel like if these were dreadnoughts, they would have been flipped already, right? Oh, that's pretty good. Nice. Didn't fully think that one through, I guess. Jesus. Reanimate. I'm going to tick this up. Go to attacks. Attack Tameo. Attack Tameo. Okay. Play Tameo. Pass. Prismatic ending. They're going to kill our Tameo with the ending. I don't remember if that Oculus, if they can cast this Oculus or not. Looks like they can. Fuck me, huh? Yeah, that's so unfortunate. Oh, man. What a game. Manifest Dread. Draw off our clue token. Uh-huh. Undercity sewers. I don't want another Tameo. This thing's just going to eat us alive. I think I'm just going to take another card, flip this thing. +2. Pass the turn. I don't know what's happening, guys. I think this is it. Because they're going to draw 12 cards off this Kiri. Yeah, I guess I played this game very poorly. And I don't know that I can win from this point, right? Now they know that we're on Reanimator 2. I feel like I definitely could have won this game, but I made some error somewhere. So we'll at least try to even out the clock a little here. This game 3 could go long. And this thing just stays at 12-12. We've only got 15 cards left in their deck though, and we've got this Barrogoyf. They're manifest dreading every turn. Well, there's Entomb. I think I'm going to go for an attack on them this time. Dress down. That's unfortunate. And now our Atraxa doesn't really do anything either. I don't know if this does anything, but I'm going to reanimate my Barrogoyf and then pass. Triumph of St. Catherine. Jesus Christ. I guess we can probably just scoop it up from this point, right? Oh, man. I'll be on the play here. I feel like our dazes get outclassed pretty quickly. Honestly, Dothy Voidwalkers don't seem bad against their Abhorrent Oculus plan. But yeah, we're just going to run it back the same way we were. I kind of don't like that you just have these reanimates in your hand all the time. You know what? I feel like they're boarding. I might want access to a force of will. They're probably boarding in such a way that they're bringing in their reanimator hate now, so maybe we're supposed to be boarding out of the reanimator package. But also I have no clue. They were really grinding with us. We must have made an error at some point there because I thought we were almost in like an unlosable position at certain points in that game. Entomb. I mean, yeah, we'll keep this. We've got the turn one Tameo, and I kind of invite them to wasteland us. No. If they stifle our fetch, though, it's kind of bad, but maybe they don't hang back with a stifle when we've got Tameo. Okay. I think I'm going to lead on Tameo here. I think I'm going to get the Underground Sea because if they have the stifle, then at least we can cast both of our spells. Plow. Reanimate. Another Tameo. Not bad. Let's play Tameo. Cast Ponder. Use Ponder's ability. No. Pass the turn. Their own Tameo. And a Ponder. I hope they shuffle. If they shuffle here, I think I'm going to go for Entomb Reanimate on a Archon of Cruelty. They did not shuffle. They're so likely to have a Force of Will, right? Maybe you just like don't fire it. Oh, I screwed this up. I wanted second Bowmaster there. I'm just going to pass. They were debating on stifling. Hopefully it's more than a daze. Brainstorm in response, sure. Yeah, you do flip your Tameo. Thoughtseize is the best draw in our deck now, I think. Play Bowmaster, ping Tameo. If this Ponder resolves, I actually just get to kill the Tameo here, which is like really good for us. I get to kill Tameo here. Wow. That's very good. That feels very good. Plow my Tameo. Sure. Okay. Now I'm gonna wasteland you. Then I'm gonna cast Entomb. Then I'm gonna reanimate Atraxa. Atraxa's in. And then I think I'm gonna take Thoughtseize to probe your hand. I'm gonna take Fatal Push as an instant. And I'm gonna take Wasteland. Or I just take Entomb, reanimate Wasteland, and do the whole thing again next turn. I feel like taking Thoughtseize here is too good. This is what I'm going to do. Thoughtseize you. I'm just going to take the Abhorrent Oculus. They can bounce the Atraxa if they want. I might even force that. In fact, yeah, let's just try to get them dead. And we did. We're drawing Tameo, drawing Reanimate. Yeah. And we were wastelanding them. Yeah, this is sick. All right, I need to take a really brief break. I'll be back in a second for some more Reanimator action here. Alrighty, we're back for another round now. I'm actually looking forward to watching the second game of that last match back when I'm editing, because I feel like we had the win within our grasps, right? We just didn't quite get there. This hand's missing a reanimate. It's got no way to find it, but it's got double wasteland and daze. I'm going to keep it. I like double wasteland on the draw sometimes. Kind of love it here, potentially. But, ooh, we're going to have to see what gets pitched here. It's probably mono red prison we're playing against. I could have force of willed the chrome mox. Yeah, I don't think we play this game with Blood Moon in the mix, so we've got to force it. And then this is an interesting choice, right? We could wasteland our opponent or we could Thoughtseize our opponent. If we wasteland our opponent and they have like Ancient Tomb plus Broadside Bombardiers, we're basically, if they have another double source land and a 3-drop, we're fucked if we wasteland them, and we're fucked if we Thoughtseize them and they have 2 more threats. I'm gonna wasteland here because they play like a bunch of 4-drops too. This could be wrong, but we'll see, because like especially if they commit a second land, their city dies. Good, okay. The wasteland ended up being nice. There's a basic swamp, which is pretty awesome too. Do I waste them again here? I could also be on an Urza Saga game plan here. I think I am. Just waste you again. Let's see if you've got another land. They don't have another land. So I think that means I would now like to ponder. I kind of don't want any of those cards. Get a Force of Will anyway. So that will be really good if we do end up drawing a blue card at any point here. But we've done our part to wasteland our opponent. There's a tapped Shatter Skull. So now we would really love a blue card. Oh, there's Reanimate. Let's grab Entomb. Slam an Atraxa. Reanimate Atraxa. There's some blue cards. So we're going to take Ponder. I've already got Thoughtseize in hand. We're going to take Brainstorm over Entomb. We're going to take Underground Sea. And yeah, okay, they're just scooping it up. I guess it doesn't quite matter what we take. So we want negations. Consigns interesting. Brazen Borrower seems to bounce certain things that our opponent has. And then I think Barrow Goyf is actually pretty sick in this matchup from my experience playing Doomsday. And then there's Orcish Bowmasters, doesn't seem that good. Days. Tamiyo's not that good either. We go like this. Kind of wish I had Dark Rituals in my deck, but yeah, what can you do? All right. Man, this deck is pretty sweet. I'm not going to lie. It actually is pretty fun to play for the first time ever. Like, I've never played this deck in any of its iterations. The closest I've come is when I guess it was back when Grief was still legal. I was playing Blue-Black Delver a lot, but I was playing like Blue-Black Delver with Grief, Reanimate, Troll of Khazad-dûm. I didn't have the Entombs in the deck. I was basically playing this deck, but with Delvers over Entombs. And I had Griefs and Trolls of Khazad-dûm and like a pretty egregiously, like pretty greedy mana base. And it was a lot of fun. But yeah, I guess you can just bloody hit your opponent with an Entomb Reanimate, and it's pretty good. This hand is not keepable, and so we will mull it. Let's see if they're keeping or mulling to Leyline. Let's see if they are keeping or mulling to Leyline. We will be on the mulligan here. These hands are atrocious. I think we've lost this one. I have to put 2 cards from this hand back. I mean, Murktide, if they lead on Chalice, Murktide's like the only card that we can play here, right? Thoughtseize, Brainstorm maybe? I don't know. I think we might as well we could just scoop this game and go to the next one. Oh, they're setting up for the yikes. They're setting up for the um they are setting up for a blood moon here on turn 2 with this new rules change combo. Well, that's not exactly what I was hoping to see. We'll pass. I guess a Thoughtseize would have been great there. And now we're committed to blue mana. And I think we're dead. I think if they... Well, we can daze, actually. We can daze the Blood Moon. There's no need to concede just yet. As long as they don't have a Simian Spirit Guide in their hand, we might be able to get them pretty decent here. Pitching Blood Moon. Blood Moon. Dazing here sets us so far behind, but if this works, like if they don't have Spirit Guide and now I get to Thoughtseize them, that's pretty grand, right? Thoughtseize you. Oh my gosh. We have to give them a ring? How do we ever beat a ring? I think I've got to take the ring here. We'll see if they want to make a guy or not. They're making a guy instead of playing Trinisphere. Ooh, which means if we draw fetch land, we can slam this Merc. Oh, Ghost Vacuum. Another Urza Saga. I think we're dead, folks. You know, I have to get Underground Sea here, hilariously. We'll pump up the jams here with a 6/6, but I don't think it's going to be fast enough to beat the onslaught of constructs that are coming our way. We will certainly try, though. Our hand is terrible. Wow, they're shocking that in. Oh, Shadow Spear. I don't think we're beating the Shadow Spear here. Draw. Well, let's play Undercity Sewers. Let's put Daze into the graveyard. I think I'm assuredly dead. I don't think I can attack. All right. We'll go back in. We're going back in here. Hopefully we don't mull to 5 this time. We will play first. I mean, this isn't the best hand. I think I'm going to keep it. I'm just going to lead on in a good old Thoughtseize. The Chalice is going to get us, but so is the Ghost Vacuum. Oh, man. I guess I take Chalice here. Then we'll see. We can daze the Trinisphere. If they just jam Ghost Vacuum, like if they just go... I mean, we'll see what they do. If they just go Ancient Tomb... I hope that they go Chrome Mox, Pitch Shatterskull, Smashing, Jam, Trinisphere. Their hand was very good. I hope they jam Trinisphere here and not Ghost Vacuum. Okay, that worked out. That's kind of exactly how I wanted it to happen. Now if I draw Wasteland, that's like super good. Okay. This Ghost Vacuum is going to fuck us, but we could have done something really cool with a Surveil trick here. Play Underground Sea, pass, I guess. Yeah, this Ghost Vacuum is just going to solo us, unfortunately. I guess I was supposed to take that. Because now I basically, like, I have to be on the Barrogoyf plan. Like, there's just... My deck is... Like, I just can't beat the Ghost Vacuum. I mean, there's the Barrogoyf. So I think I'm going to brainstorm right now. Thoughtseize is pretty excellent. Not really in the business for any of those cards. Hit him with a Thoughtseize. What else have you got cooking in that hand, opponent? Let's take Fable of the Mirror Breaker, leave you with the Fury. And then we just need to fade Blood Moon for one turn, basically. If we draw a blue card and can jam Barrogoyf, I'm gonna feel pretty good about our spot. Chalice on one's fine. Taking Thoughtseize. Drawing for turn. Not the best draw. We are going to take our swamp now. Jam Barrogoyf. Pass. Really wish that was a blue card, though. The fact that it's not a blue card is not good for us. I really wish, I mean, yeah, all of our one drops are just getting countered now, too. I feel like we've lost this game, which feels rather unfortunate. I don't know if I thought sees the wrong things. They can Tormod's Crypt their own graveyard. Man, this Barrogoyf's not as good against these Urza's constructs as well. That's a terrible draw if I've ever seen one. Yeah, my Barrogoyf can just be a 2-3. I think I just have to pass here. This is so freaking unfortunate. I can't even attack with Barrogoyf. I really need Brazen Borrower. These constructs are like, they actually very much changed this matchup. Yikes. Yeah, we're dead now. We don't have Bowmaster in our deck. I don't know. This is really not good. Put the one drop to the bin. Draw another one drop. Play out this. Am I just supposed to trade off here? No. Is this ring's just going to bury us? I don't know what's happening anymore. Maybe we just can't let them. We're just going to kill them to their one ring somehow. That's our out here. Like with double ancient tomb, we just need to keep countering broadside bombardiers. Is that the only way they have to? I think Trinisphere is fine at this point. There's broadside. We have to kill them to their own ring. I think I am supposed to wasteland here. Just limits the number of times they can cast spells. I'm just going to hang back with my wasteland. Vacuum force, sure. One ring puts them to 5. So they need to find broadside. Of course. They weren't like necessarily to find it. We actually were doing all right there, huh? Now they're going to throw the ring to kill Barrogoyf, and now like we need another Barrogoyf, I guess. GG's, opponent. Maybe I took the wrong things there. We certainly tried, but Barrogoyf did not seem nearly as good to me there as it has been for me in the past. I do not like the way that we got locked out that time. The Ghost Vacuum was really good, and then like we did pick apart their hand. Our hand wasn't like super good, obviously. It could have been better, but yeah. Oh well. Can't expect to win them all. Animate Dad. Murktide Regent, Thoughtseize, 2 Thoughtseizes. Yeah, I mean, Thoughtseize plus Animate Dead is good as a combo. I need to remember that we can just reanimate our opponent's things too, right? Right. Opponent's on a mull to 6. All right, let's see what they've got for us on their mull to 6 here. Uh-oh. No, no. This card is so freaking annoying to me. Oh, that's a chestnut. um the thing is that they could have Swords to Plowshares, which would be really bad against us. I think I'm going to lead on Thoughtseize here. Oh my god. Double Broadside Bombardiers. I guess we'll take Cabal Therapy and pass. They could soul read us on Entomb here and just get completely fucked. What did they draw? It's going to be like Guide of Souls, just the perfect. A Johnny. And if they draw another land, this and now we can't even Entomb Animate Dead. They're gonna name Entomb. Fatal Push. Okay. I guess we're shuffling the deck anyways. I wouldn't mind having a Brazen Borrower in my deck. Please don't have a land opponent. Insane. Yeah, I don't know if I'm just supposed to go to the next game here or not. I don't know if I'm supposed to get Archon or Atraxa either. It's probably Archon, but no, it's got to be Atraxa. I'm going to get Atraxa here. Because maybe we can Atraxa into a wasteland and that will keep them from the broadsides. But yeah, it feels pretty hopeless. I just feel like sick to my stomach. I don't know why. I didn't even entomb in my opponent's end step. Like, I'm just being so bad at Magic here. Sorry. I feel just a little flustered. I guess we take Atraxa. Yeah, there was the wasteland. I'm so sorry. Take Force of Will. Take Wasteland. And I think we'll take Reanimate. And then I'm supposed to Wasteland my opponent. Oh. Why didn't I entomb in their end step? What was I thinking? That was like a huge, costly mistake. Force your broadside. These cats are getting huge. They're attacking. Block the Ocelot Pride. I don't think I die here. Yeah. I don't know. The attack kind of seemed like a bit of a losing line there, maybe. Let's fire a Brainstorm. Oh. I think I still Wasteland my opponent, though. Hit their Badlands. Attack a Johnny. And then I think I have to Thoughtseize the broadside and pass. I'm at 10. They've got no cards in hand. I guess Atraxa is more powerful than I thought. Question mark. Okay, yeah, Trax is more powerful than I thought. Oh man, I felt kind of nauseous there. I don't know why. I was like, this is those MH3 cards, the Ocelot prize, they just stress me out. There's a vintage cube video I did a while ago where I paired against this Ocelot Pride deck with like gut, and it just like destroyed me, and it made me kind of sad. This seems like a fatal push Barrow Goyf type of matchup to me. Playing Mardu, it's possible we want this Brazen Borrower too. I think we're going to remain on the plan of the reanimations. We're on the draw, so I can see cutting some dazes. Tamio is pretty excellent against this opponent. And then it's possible we can just cut all of our counter magic and bring in these things. Sort by mana value. It's also possible that Thoughtseize isn't like the best card. Sort by color. A solid 16 blue cards. I don't know if we should be bringing in forces at that point, right? Maybe dazes are good, but we're on the draw. I like daze on the play. I think I'm going to play like this on the draw. We'll just board in like Barrogoyfs seem pretty good. But they've got a lot of kind of pesky things, and if they lead on a ley line, that's really bad. We have the combo here. We have the Brazen Borrower to bounce the ley line. I'll keep. We've also got Fatal Push for their turn 1 Ocelot Pride. Never lucky, huh? This card just kind of gets out of hand. I think I push it. I think I do. Nice. Playing around Wasteland here is pretty swell. Ponder. Okay. I'm going to pass. I guess we'll go for the end of turn entomb here. Grab a Traxa to start. Draw that. Let's go reanimate target Atraxa. Oh, wow. I should have played land first. What am I freaking doing? Oh, this is so. I'm so sorry. I wasn't thinking about Containment Priest. I was kind of thinking this would just get surgicaled. Wow, and we lose the life on that exchange too, huh? So now we have to go pondering. That ain't good. Well, we'll chalk that up to me still being new to the deck, but I was not expecting Containment Priest there. Good thing we got our Fatal Pushes, though. Containment Priest might be challenging for Oops to deal with, but not so challenging for Reanimator to deal with. If I just played a land first there, man, I thought I was being so, like, I don't know what I was thinking. I thought it just wouldn't matter, but obviously it does. Staff of the Storyteller, draw a card. It's safe to say that this one's probably lost. I can't even go for the Undercity Sewers here, I don't think. Because I wouldn't mind just brainstorming on my turn. Another Borrower. Okay, let's start with a brainstorm. An Entomb and Orcish Bowmasters and an Entomb and Orcish Bowmasters and a Murktide Regent. I could slam Murktide here. Or I could do some Bowmasting. I kind of don't mind just jamming a Murktide, to be honest. I'm not going to go quite full on it. There's no way they plow here, right? They're going for Raucous Theater. I assume they have a plow for this, but Maybe that was an argument then to use the Bowmasters first, because the Bowmasters is wow, I can't believe they plowed an end step there. That just seems like I don't know, that seems crazy to me. I feel like if I had days, that would be so bad for them. Getting double wastelanded. Then attack for 3. Draw for turn. It's a land. We'll pass. I might even just hardcast a Brazen Borrower, or if they could, so like they could attack. I could hit the Containment Priest. That's what I'm gonna do if they attack here with both. Do I hit the Containment Priest or do I just take the flyer? I think I just take the guarantee on the flyer. They definitely have a plow here. Okay. Now do we double block? I'll offer up a double block. They've got a plow. Eat my guy. They still have their thing. Okay. Maybe that was poor magic. Also poor magic with not getting Undercity Sewers there. Okay, we'll take 2. Undercity Sewers. Don't really want that. I think we'll just petty theft this. I don't know. Pondering a bad draw. Another Murktide, also pretty sick here. Yeah, we'll just pass. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thoughtseize. So I'll petty theft here. They'll obviously take Brainstorm. Containment Priest down again. Play a Murktide. Pass. Another plow, of course. They had all the removal spells. So now, though, now we're kind of in a position to start racing with our Brazens. Ooh. Yikes. That's a good draw. That's such a good draw. Wow. Yeah. Draw a card. Yep. Draw a card. The second staff was crippling. I made some mistakes. And there's the Ocelot Pride. Now we're dead. Now we are dead. Well, that's certainly the best card in our deck at this juncture. Let's cast a Brazen Borrower. Come in. Play a Bowmaster. I think I just have to ping the Ocelot Pride. As much as I would like to not do that. See how many more swords. Do they have all 4 of their Swords to Plowshares in their hand, or are they finally out of removal spells? This is their own Bowmaster. Oh yeah, imagine if I could have just bounced their stupid thing. Yeah, now it's probably fine for us to go on to the next game. This is such a cool deck. I really dislike playing against it. All right, let's save some time here. It would take a miracle, I think, to get us back into that one. With us being on the play, though, I do think I like some Dazes, and I kind of think that these Thoughtseizes are actually... I don't know that I like taking all that damage on myself. So I'm going to cut some of those. Favor of Dazes for the play, and that will be that. This is not a winning recipe. This one kind of seems fine. I love this would be such a sweet 7. I'm going to put the Thoughtseize on the bottom, I think. They're going to 5. So now our opponent's like respecting the Reanimator half of our deck, and we're just going to hit them with a Tamiyo on turn 1. But now I also would have liked to have that Thoughtseize. If this allowed for an island too, like we just had the wrong fetch in our hand. There's a lot wrong with this hand. But ideally I get to wasteland my opponent, then ponder next turn. Thoughtseize. Okay. No wasteland. They're going to take our ponder. And then we've got basically nothing. And they played around our wasteland too. Polluted Delta. Let's go like this. Let's attack with Tamiyo. Make a clue. I'm just going to eat the clue right now in case they have their own Bowmasters. Well, there's an entomb. That ain't a bad one. Pyroblast. Yep. Wow, we're completely dismantled here. Reanimate. Never lucky. I guess we'll start still on a ponder here. Is Murktide that good? I think I'm going to any order shuffle this. I mean, Murktide's pretty sick. I should have just kept the Murktide. That ain't good. They've got Bowmaster. I should have known. Fatal Push our own Bowmaster. Okay, those are good cards. Bonus ability, no. Okay. Only got 2 cards left. Draw, Fatal Push. Fetch. Get Island. Bowmasters. Ping Bowmasters. Plow my Bowmasters, sure. And then push Pride. What did they do? They plowed their own Bowmaster to deny me a Bowmaster token? Grab an Undercity Sewers. That's a pretty good one. I mean, that's a pretty good top deck, I'm not going to lie. If they have a Bowmasters in hand, though, would honestly be crippling. Let's see if they do. Let's go like that. Let's go like that. Let's go like that. And let's go like this. If I lose to Lightning Bolt, Bob's their uncle. Sure, yeah, you get the Swords to Plowshares. We're going to take Murktide Regent, Polluted Delta, and Brainstorm or Fatal Push. Okay, they're just scooping. Great. All right. All right. Here we are for round number 5. We're on the play. And I think I'm down to keep this hand. It's a little sketchy. Opponent is wishing us good luck. I think we lead on Ponder here. An Entomb, a Thoughtseize, Undercity Sewers. I actually don't know that I like those cards. I'm going to shuffle them. Well, Bowmasters kind of sucks. Ideally, one of these cards is a land drop. We'll see. Let's see what our opponent's up to. Basic Swamp Thoughtseize. I mean, this is the most common. Thoughtseize is so good in this format. Like, I really think you want to be playing Thoughtseize in this format. Taking Orcish Bowmasters, that's interesting. Well, let's fire a brainstorm, shall we? Well, this sucks, don't it? Was I supposed to keep that Undercity Sewers? Was that like so obnoxiously greedy? Oh, lordies. Mm, surely we'll hit land soon. I guess I should have hid both Entomb and Reanimate. Yeah, that was so bad. What am I doing? They're going to take Reanimate now, maybe? I'm taking Brainstorm. Okay, they're going to Thoughtseize me again. I'll force the second one. If they have days, though, I'm just going to might go to the next game. Okay, they're fine with it. Let's cast Brainstorm. Oh, man. I guess it's like this, but that's a little risky. Because they could just hit us. Oh, they're brainstorming. Sure. Oh my god, the fucking forethought seizes. That's amazing. Are they going to reanimate my Bowmasters now? No, okay. All right, well, I'm going to reanimate Orcish Bowmasters, cast Tameo, and then we'll see. Or now there's just Force on top of our deck. So I think I just play Bowmasters. They've got Force, pitch Atraxa. I think I value Bowmasters when we're both kind of in the shit cam more than I value Tameo. Okay. They're passing. Fucking Archon of Cruelty. Let's attack, pass. They're passing. I don't even know if I want to cast my own cantrip here. But if they had Bowmasters, they would already be Bowmasting, right? So we are going to cast our cantrip here. Days. I'm going to any order shuffle. Brazen Borrower. Not the worst card. Murktide, pretty good. I want to keep attacking, I think. Yeah, now we're dead. Okay. So we're on a 2-turn clock here. We need another Bowmasters, maybe? Days ain't gonna cut it. So we'll take a peek. I mean, yeah. So I think we want something like this, taking out the Reanimator package, bringing in a bunch of stuff for a tempo mirror, and seeing what happens. Yeah. All right, we're on the play here. The Authie seems pretty sweet. We've got a Thoughtseize. The rest of the hand's kind of lackluster. This kind of feels like one too many lands, doesn't it? This hand fucking sucks too. We'll keep it though. Go for a Bloodstained Mire and we'll pass. I don't know if we want to be Undercity Sewering here or not. I don't think so. I also played the wrong land. I was supposed to play Pluto Delta. Didn't end up mattering in this spot, thankfully. Okay, our opponent's playing on basics. I think I'm going to follow suit. That wasn't good. This strikes me as a good time to get our brainstorm in. Wow, these draws are kind of atrocious. We could exile 2 cards from their graveyard and then reanimate our Fairy Macabre. That kind of seems stupid. Murktide is probably the best card now. Yeah, I mean, go ahead, friend. I wonder why we bring in, like, if you're playing the mirror match and you assume your opponent's boarding the same way as you, why do you actually bring in the macabres? Not 100% sure. All right, we're going to get an Undercity Sewers. I think I don't want multiple wastelands. Draw for turn. Barrowgoyf's a big boy. I'm still just going to waste my opponent. They're going to waste me. Fair enough. Now Barrowgoyf is so far from being good. Okay. Am I supposed to go for the sewers here? I kind of want to. This is kind of greedy, right? Well, that's pretty dope. We're gonna send a Murktide. They'll probably daze it. Force pitch Murktide of their own. Sure. Makes sense. See if they've got another wasteland floating in the wings here. Ponder, pretty good. Kind of getting hosed here. Undercity Sewers. Bin Thoughtseize. Land, perhaps? Tameo, pretty swell. Don't mind me a Tameo here. Yep. Bye-bye, Tameo. Another push. These pushes are so bad. Oh, man. I wish I had a Bowmaster right about there, but something tells me they've probably got another push lined up. If they find Wasteland, we're so boned. Okay, at least it wasn't a fetch. Explosives. Draw. Thoughtseize, I guess. We'll fire that off. Flusterstorm, interesting. Okay. Yeah, Dothy's fine. We've got pushes to boot here. Hit him with a push. Another land, pass. We'll draw Murktide. I'm going to hit him with a Thoughtseize first. Got to clear the way for this Murktide, right? Is this a Bowmasters? Yep. It'll have to be fine. Force of Will, Shieldred's Edict, and a Murktide of their own. Guess I'll take Shieldred's Edict. Whew. I think we're about cooked here. Petty theft. That had to work. Okay, good. They can replay their Murktide again, I guess. I guess I macabre two of their instants and sorceries there. They're going to attack for 2. And they're going to slam a Murktide. The thing is, they probably got a counter for my Murktide. Like, they probably have a blue card now. Oh, so fascinating. Oh, man, alive. I think I'm supposed to take a chunk from their Murktide. Take 5, go to 5, and now we have to draw a blue card. Blue card. Blue card. Force of Will, pitch Tameo. Force of Will, pitch Ponder. Now we have a 6/6 to their 5/5. I was supposed to attack there. Whoops. GG's. Alrighty. Opponent got us. That was a pretty exciting game. There really wasn't, I don't know, maybe we could have done some things slightly differently there, but I think we played the last one decently. We got Wasteland and we didn't jam a Barrogoyf when we could have. So that might have been nice. Like the Barrogoyf just got trapped in our hand, right? It's possible I was supposed to jam the Barrogoyf on that turn. Wow, this league, I mean, again, I just 3-2 every single league I play. It doesn't matter what deck we play. We just always 3-2. Not a bad place to be. The last match was pretty close. I think we almost turned the corner. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Deck feels pretty good. It also feels kind of clunky at different times. Like I kind of think that I would rather just be playing blue-black tempo than this deck. Like, I don't know that. I mean, we won some number of games because we had Entomb Reanimate, but there was also like a pretty large chunk of games where we just like, you know, had 2 Entombs in our hand or 2 Reanimates in our hand, or we're just like locked out under a ghost vacuum and couldn't win because we had these dumb combo pieces in our hand. I kind of just like, thought seizing my opponent, casting a Tameo, attacking, getting a Bowmaster, finishing with a Murktide. I don't know. I feel like we were winning more with the tempo where it's like, I don't even know if this is really worth playing in your deck, but apparently it's good. You get like some free wins, but I think that you can win just as well without the Reanimator. So I don't know. These are my thoughts after playing the deck literally 5 times in 5 different matches. Felt all right to me, but yeah, I don't think this is the kind of deck that I want to be playing at Eternal Weekend. At least, it seems like there's just too many extra things to worry about, and that all those things aren't worth the like benefits of playing Entomb Reanimate in your deck. So yeah, I don't know. In any case, that's all I've got for right now, folks. If you've been enjoying the legacy content, consider dropping a follow, dropping a subscription to the channel. That would be really, really cool. I think that we are very close to 200 subs, which is pretty freaking awesome. In fact, I just posted a Doomsday video earlier today, so it's possible we'll be at 200 by the time this video rolls out. So thank you everybody to supporting. This is really cool. I didn't know that anyone would really watch me just mess around on Magic Online. So the fact that people are having fun, coming along with me, it's cool. I'd be doing this anyways a couple times a week. So why not put some more contents, legacy contents out into the world. In any case, I wish you all the very best, and I'll see you all soon. Cheers, cheers, cheers.